Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning to all our honored guests. Welcome to webinar session of the Higher Education Virtual Expo 2021. With me today is Dr. Raimie Hebriyah, Pegawai Pendidikan, Cikgu Wedy Nurul Suzuna, Guru Tingkat 1, and Cikgu Haji Abdul Azim, Pegawai Pendidikan from IBTE, and they will be presenting a topic on enrollment to Isq programs in IBTE. There will be a 10-minute session for question and answers at the end of this session. You can type all your answer at the chat area and we will try our best to answer them at the end of the session. You may start.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to everyone out there. I would like to introduce myself again. My name is Dr. Raimie and I am the head of School of Energy and Engineering Central. So the topic that I would like to present today is on enrollment to Isq programs in IBTE. Yes, okay. Okay, so seperti sedia maklum, IBTE biasanya mengoffer programs yang HNTech level and NTech level. So when we mention about Isq programs, I think ada yang pernah mendengar about these Isq programs because it used to be one of our popular programs in IBTE. But then ada juga yang pernah mendengar langsung because it has been 3 years that IBTE has not offered this kind of programs lah. So without further ado, I would like to share with you the table of contents so that you will be able to know what these Isq programs are all about. So we will begin with the introduction of Isq programs and then what are the programs offered for July intake 2021. And then the programs that we will be explained briefly, that is Isq in blasting and painting oil and gas industry, Isq in marking and fitting oil and gas industry, Isq in rigging oil and gas industry, and Isq in scaffolding oil and gas industry. So I'm sure kita pada masa ini would be wondering kenapa oil and gas industry itu is always at the end of each program. So you will understand more as we go through this slide. So first off, the introduction of Isq program. This program was first introduced in 2013 and alhamdulillah it is progress until 2017. So we managed to produce about 1,400 graduates. So previously when it was first introduced, this program was in collaboration with Ministry of Education, Ministry of Energy, and also oil and gas industries. So these programs were designed to prepare students to be job ready for employment in oil and gas sectors. So at that time, we want to tackle the low employment rate at that time. And then masa tu, most of those yang indah mendapat pekerjaan are those from warga beli. So we want to tackle that kind of problems lah. So that's why we introduced programs of Isq macam ni at that time. The kind of field for Isq programs are mostly on building and construction maintenance and also building renovations. So when it stopped in 2017, alhamdulillah, this kind of programs was introduced back in 2021, in which some changes have been made in terms of giving opportunities for students to be more exposed to real work environment and assessed thoroughly according to industrial standards. So the new programs, it was newly structured. It was collectively not named as Isq Program, initiated by Manpower Industry Steering Committee, which is MISC for oil and gas industry, led by Brunei Shell Petroleum Sendirian Berhad. So we kicked off in January 2021, which is last month, earlier this year. And we have opened up to 3 programs. So that is Isq in marking and fitting oil and gas industry, Isq in rigging oil and gas industry, and Isq in scaffolding oil and gas industry. So alhamdulillah, we managed to enroll about 260 students altogether. So for the programs that in IBTE that we would like to offer for July intake pengambilan 2021, we offer 4 Isq programs, that is Isq in blasting and painting, oil and gas industry, and the other 3 are the ones yang I've mentioned earlier that has already started in January 2021. So for pengambilan July intake ini, we introduced another program that is Isq in blasting and painting, oil and gas industry. So I would like to explain briefly on what ISQ in Blasting and Painting Oil and Gas Industry Program is all about. So if you can see there are the diagram of someone who is blasting a metal surface. So that is basically how the student will learn about blasting when they go for training lah nanti. All right. So what is the aim of this program? It is to provide occupational skills to enable students to understand the blasting and painting of surface, blasting setup, blasting equipment, maintenance procedures, tools and accessories, and inspection tools used in blasting and painting. So you can see there, students will be, they will learn everything about blasting and painting, and we will explain to you more on what are the modules that will be taught as we go through the slides lah. So here we want to share the career pathway for this program. So the ISQ trainee, so they will come into our program as an ISQ trainee, so they will be trained. And then once they finish the program, they will go into the basic stage. So there will be either an apprentice blaster or a painter. It depends on the company. If the students are more into blasting, if they are more skillful in blasting, sometimes the company would offer a job that is more to blaster as a blaster. Sometimes if the students are more into painting you punya skills, then the company might want to offer you punya pekerjaan as a painter. And then as they move on, they might go into the skill stage that is a junior blaster or painter, and then go towards blaster as a or painter. And then they might go into the supervisory level, which they can be a lead man or senior technician, and then senior supervisor, supervisor or junior paint and inspector. And also at the end of the day, inshallah, if they still commit to the profession, they might end up as leader. So what are the expectations by the end of this program? So under ISQ in Blasting and Painting, so students should be able to understand the roles of a blaster and painter. So students should know peranan their peranan as a blaster and painter. So they'll also be able to blast in accordance to industrial standards, because when students joining this program, dorang bukannya akan blasting sesuka hati. There is a standard that they have to follow. And then they should be able to perform blasting, cleaning using proper tools, and spray painting, and then assess coating according to industrial standards. Sama jua, that kalau painting bukannya suka hati painting, they have to follow the industrial standards jua. And then at the end of the day, they should be able to demonstrate good safety at work. So what are the requirements to enter this program? The completion of year 10 for those yang express, or year 11 or equivalent qualification. So just for information, ISQ program ini is a level 2. So when we talk about NTEC program, it is level 3 and level 2 and level 3, sorry. And then HNTEC level is level 4. So kalau ISQ ini, it is lower level than the NTEC lah. So that's why the requirement is much lower, which is the completion of year 10 or year 11. And then the age, it has to be 18 and above, because at the end of the day, when they go for working, we want to make sure the student itu is already cukup umurnya lah untuk masuk ke alam pekerjaan. And then when they apply for this program, they have to pass for the interview dulu. And then masa ni, before they go for the program, they have to go for the medical check. So once they pass interview, they will be given a conditional offer letter. So that they have to go, after that, they have to go for medical check. And if they pass the medical examination, they will be offered an unconditional offer. So by that time, they will be able to enter this program. Also, it is important for the student to not be color appreciation deficiency, for example, color blindness, and also no vertigo, because sometimes a work environment, it can be harsh environments, because sometimes the students can be exposed to heat, so they have to be prepared. For the awarding, ISQ certificate will be awarded to students who have satisfactorily fulfilled the following requirements. So they have to accumulate the required number of credits of the program of the study. Basically, they have to pass all the modules under this program. And then they also have to pass the British Gas Associate Scheme 5A and 5B, that is BGAS certification, or any equivalent certification issued by the registered training organization. And also a minimum attendance of 85% of the overall attendance. So maksudnya, throughout their study in this program, they have to achieve a minimum attendance of 85%. So how is the mode of training? This is a basic punya duration for throughout other programs lah under this ISQ. So duration is 12 months program. 6 months, that is the first semester, they will spend their 6 months in Ibte Mechanical Campus. And then after that, they will go for training 3 months in the second semester at registered training organization. We will explain more about RTO. And then 3 months later, they will go for industrial placement. So what are the modules taught in Ibte Mechanical Campus? So these modules taught in campus will be the same for all other programs under ISQ. So for the first 6 months, they will learn about Islamic religious knowledge, which is more to pengetahuan Islam, and then Melayu Islam Beraja, then life skill for workplace that includes applied numeracy, communication in English, and also applied information technology. They will also learn about health, safety, security, and environment, and introduction to oil and gas industry and fundamental engineering science. The next one is what happens in second semester in registered training organization. So just for introduction, RTO ane, for short, these are the companies that will train our students, which is according to the programs lah. So if the program is ISQ in blasting and painting, so we will send the students to the company yang andang registered to train the students in blasting and painting. So for this program, there are 3 modules that they will learn: Introduction to Blasting and Painting, Blasting and Painting Theory, and Blasting and Painting Practical. The next one, what happens during industrial placement? This is the last 3 months of their program. So it is known as macam attachment lah. So it is work experience where students will be challenged and assessed on how they can apply their learned knowledge and skills into the real work environment. So these students will be supervised by those yang akan assign lah during the industrial placement, and also there will be supervisors from RTO yang akan memantau dorang apabila dorang masuk arah during the attachment period. So the attendance that they have to achieve, that is 100% throughout the 3 months period, and then satisfactory completion of the task list assigned during industrial placement. So when they go for industrial attachment, there will be a task list that they need to complete. And then at the end of the day, they have to complete and submit industrial placement logbook. So biasanya kalau industrial attachment, they will be given logbook. So there are a task list inside the logbook juga, so they have to complete and able to submit it on time. So I think that's the end of my presentation for ISQ and also ISQ in marking and fitting, in blasting and painting. So I would like to pass this to my other colleague.
Okay, our next presenter will be Cikgu Wedy Nurul Suzuna.
Okay, good morning, everyone. I want to introduce myself. I'm Cikgu Wedy Nurul Suzuna. I am the assistant program leader for ISQ. So I will cover for ISQ in marking and fitting, and ISQ in rigging. So briefly, for ISQ in marking and fitting, what is the aim of this program is to provide students with knowledge and necessary skill for the fitter and assembling parts to make or repair machinery plants and equipment that are required to work from detailed engineering drawing and precision measuring instrument. For the career pathway, so once they graduate, for the ISQ trainer, they will go to the next stage for the basic, that is apprentice structural piping. And once they do more for another course, they will gain more skill for the next stage for basic structural and piping. And if they go further, they can go for supervisor for advanced structural and piping. And the last stage is for the leader. What are the expectations by the end of the program? The students should be able to use a broad range of engineering and hand tools and handheld power tools. And they also should be able to study the blueprint the interpreting drawings and use measuring instrument. For this one, they have to know how the drawing look like and give the precisions of the measurement. And they also should be able to assemble and fit the machinery parts, and they also should be able to know the shrink fit parts during assembling and using welding equipment. This one to ensure they are perfectly matched. And they should be also know how to cut, thread and bend and install the pipes and lines. And they also know how to demonstrate a good safety at work. What are the requirements to enter this program? This is also same as the other program for the Isq. It's also completion of the Year 10 Express or Year 11 or equivalent qualification. And the age is also 18 and above. And they need to pass the interview and pass the pre-admission for medical examination, and there is no vertigo. The award for this Isq in marking and fitting is Isq certificate will be awarded to the student who have satisfactorily fulfilled the following requirement. That is accumulation of the requirement number of credits of the program of study, and also a minimum of attendance at 85% of the overall attendance. And how is the mode of training? The duration is also 12-month program. That is 6 months for the first semester. That is at Ibte Mechanical Campus. And the 3 months for the second semester. That is undergo for registered training organization. And the last 3 months is for industrial placement. What are the modules taught in the Ibte Mechanical Campus for the first semester? That is 6 months, is Islamic religion knowledge, Melayu Islam Belajar, life skill of workplace, that is applied numeracy, communication in English, and applied information technology. And they also learn health, safety, security, environment, introduction to oil and gas industry, and fundamental engineering science. What are the modules taught in the registered training organization? For the 3 months, they will learn specialized module according to the programs. This one, they will be in introduction to marking and fitting, and HSC in marking and fitting. They will learn training, technical drawing for marking and fitting, and marking and pipe fitting, and basic welding, gas cutting and grinding. What happened during the industrial placement? They will experience where the student be in challenged environment and assess on how they can apply their knowledge and skill in a real work environment. This one will be 100% attendance because they need to achieve through the 3 months period, and satisfactory completion of the task list assigned during the industrial placement, and completion and submission of the industrial placement logbook. Next is Isq in rigging. The work is usually using the sling and rigging. So what is the aim of this program? To provide students with knowledge and necessary skill to enable them to understand and implement related safety standard and statutory requirement pre-training to any rigging working. So the career path for this rigging, once they graduate as a trainee in Isq, they will go to a next stage for basic, that is junior rigger. And then the next stage, they will get more skill upgrading. And then a next stage is for the supervisory, that is intermediate rigger. And as a leader, they will become an advanced rigger. What are the expectations by the end of the program? The student should be able to use and maintain a broad range of portable and special lifting equipment such as chain and then sling. And they should be able to calculate loads and apply lifting procedure appropriately. And they should be able to direct the movement of the load handled by the cranes in locations such as construction site. They're also able to understand and apply a range of hand signal. This is used to lift in lowering the loads. Why they have to learn the hand signal? Because they are far from each other, so they have to use the hand signal for the right instruction. And then work at height in various outflow, the on-site location, and demonstrate manual handling techniques. And they also should be able to demonstrate a good safety at work. What are the requirements to enter this program? Same as the other program. They need to complete the year 10 express or year 11 or equivalent to qualification, and the age is 18 and above, pass interview, pass pre-admission medical examination, and no vertigo. The award for the Isq certificate will be awarded to the student who has satisfactorily fulfilled the following requirement. They need to accumulate a required number of credits of the program of study and pass the certificate issued by the registered training organization and a minimum attendance of 85% of the overall attendance. And then for the mode of training is also 12-month program, 6 months for the first semester at Ibte Mechanical Campus, 3 months for the registered training organization, and 3 months for industrial placement. What are the module taught is also same as the previous one, that is Islamic religious knowledge, Melayu Islam Beraja, and then life skill for work, health, safety, security, environment, introduction to oil and gas, and fundamental engineering science. Okay, for the registered training organization, they need to have the specialized module according to the program. This one is they need to know introduction to rigging and lifting operation and prepare for lifting operation and conduct rigging operation under supervision. For the industrial placement, the work experience where the student will have a challenge and assess how they can apply to learn the knowledge and skill in a real work environment, that is 100% for the 3-month period, and satisfactory completion of the task during the industrial placement, and they also need to complete the submission of their logbooks. Now, I will pass this to my colleague.
Okay, for our next presenter will be presented by Cikgu Haji Abdul Azim.
Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'd like to introduce myself again. My name is Cikgu Haji Abdul Azim. I'm the program leader for Isq Program. So in brief, what is Isq scaffolding? Scaffolding is an integral part of almost all construction projects. It provides a temporary and safe work platform for various types of work such as construction, maintenance, repair, access, inspection, etc. So what is the aim of this program is to provide students with knowledge and necessary skills to enable them to erect and dismantle scaffold for work platforms on building or industrial sites or temporary structures such as stages, seating, and catwalks. So the career pathway is at first there will be as Isq trainee, then goes to scaffolder basic part A, then scaffolder basic part B, advanced scaffolder, and as an inspector. So what are the expectation by the end of the program is students should be able to use a broad range of engineering hand tools, handheld power tools, use and maintain broad range of specialized scaffolding tools and equipment, lift, lower, move or position scaffolding, assemble and install a range of scaffolding equipment, work with riggers, crane drives and operators to direct movement of scaffolding in location, work at height, offshore and in various outdoors and on-site locations, demonstrate a good safety at work. So what are the requirements to enter this program is similar as the other Isq program, which is completion of Year 10 Express or Year 11 or equivalent qualification, age 18 and above, pass interview, pass pre-admission medical examination, no vertigo, and can work in extreme environments such as heat, outdoor, and height. So the award is also similar with other programs. ISQ certificate will be awarded to students who have satisfactorily fulfilled the following requirements: accumulate the required number of credits of the program of study, pass the national certification assessment conducted by an approved assessment center, scaffolder part A, and a minimum attendance of 85% of the overall attendance. So how is the mode of training? Is also similar with the other programs, which is 12 months program, 6 months first semester IBT mechanical campus, 3 months second semester registered training organization RTO, 3 months second semester industrial placement. What are the modules taught in IBT Mechanical Campus? So the first semester is also similar with other programs. The first one is Islamic Religious Knowledge, IRK, Melayu Islam Beraja, MIB, Life Skill for Workplace, Applied Numeracy, Communication in English, Applied Information Technology, Health, Safety, Security and Environment, Introduction to Oil and Gas Industry, Fundamental Engineering Science. What are the modules taught with the RTO? 3 months in the second semester, specialized modules according to programs, such as Introduction to Scaffolding, HSC in Scaffolding, Independent and Birdcage Scaffolds, Tower Scaffolds, Static and Mobile. What happened during the industrial placement is also similar with the other programs, work experience where students will be challenged and assessed and how they can apply their learned knowledge and skill into the real work environment. 100% attendance achieved through 3 months period, satisfactory completion of the task list assigned during industrial placement, completion and submission of industrial placement logbook. So the enrollment to ISQ programs in IBT for the July intake 2021, the application via TVCast. So to apply, you just go to https://www.ibte.edu/tvcast, and application will close on the 2nd March 2021 before 4:30 p.m. will not be accepted. So for any further inquiry, you can contact the head of School of Energy and Engineering Central, Dr. Raimie, Hebriyah, binti Ibrahim, program leader ISQ, for myself, Haji Abdul Azim, and also or can contact Wedy, Nurul, Suzuna, binti Luon, our assistant program leader ISQ. Or for the inquiries, you can go to IBT Mechanical Campus at Kampung Tungku, Gadong, Brunei Darussalam. Thank you very much.
All right, that's it. Now we will open the session for the question and answer. So here's the first question from Nurul Huda Arpan. In terms of accreditation, is there any equivalence to O level? Does the ISQ certification provide its holder?
Sorry. So in order to answer that question, kalau students are to graduate with ISQ program, it is selevel dengan level 2. So kalau level 2, the O level, it is equivalent to 2 O level. So it has to be melalui pengiktirafan Ketua RMOE untuk menukarkan ISQ program ini, issue certification to jadikan as 2 O level lah.
All right. As for the next question is also from Nurul Huda Arpan. What is the average salary grade would a person with an ISQ certification would receive?
We cannot say that because it depends on the company lah. Sometimes company diorang membagi salary different from other companies, so we do not want to quote any salary here. So because it depends on the company lah masing-masing.
For the next question is from Amal Afrika. How can I get the medical fitness test?
Biasanya when the results come out, it is usually through TV ICAS atau email. So there will be further instruction there because for January intake, we have a list of public clinics that they have to go to. So they have to go there to do the medical check. And then at the end of the day, our IBTE punya HQ will get the results lah from the respective clinics.
All right. It seems like all the questions are being answered already from the chat room. So if there is anything from the IBTE, if you want to share something or add on.
In the pelang ada, I just want to correct the website tadi ya. To apply for TB IKAS is https://www.ibte.edu.bn/TB IKAS. So ada miss .bn tadi tu. So it has to be before 2nd March itulah.
Yeah, I think that's it. If you have like any other further inquiries, you may go to the HE Expo website itself and look for the IBTE booth, or you can go straight to for IBTE website itself. All right. Thank you for joining our session this morning. Our next session will start at 11. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Just to inform lah, pasal kami punya session rupanya ada on Sunday bah. Kami tidak berlaku. It will be the same presentation tu lah. It's just maybe kalau question and answer tu we won't be able to respond lah. Kalau
You can do it at home again. Tapi di sini kita di rumah saja. Tapi kan kita.
Sang nama ada plans baju Ikut 2 tekan petang. Kalau recording lagi semula kan itu tadi no. Oh, and then if they want to ask questions, they can just contact us at the email address kan.
Anything sudah.